Okay, we have a fresh wipe and all the rest of the stuff, but I've not been on all weekend. Now, I did jump on a fresh wipe day, but unfortunately, I was recording. Now, let's start at the beginning, because it's going to make more sense. By the way, we're watching a cheater here. This guy here is cheating in Rust, all right? So we're going to see what he gets up to. He's probably just going to sit in his base. So while he's sitting there doing absolutely nothing, and we've made it so he can't deal any damage, we are going to have a bit of a yarn, all right? So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that fancy stuff. But I jumped on wipe day, and that was last Friday for me. It would have been Thursday for most of you guys, and then the weekend had passed, and it's Monday morning today. So I jumped on Friday. Now, I had this beautiful idea. Alistair put out a tweet, and he put out a tweet about servers paying for people to be unbanned and all this kind of ban insurance stuff, or something like that. And you guys all know that I meme about it and have a bit of a joke, and we don't do it. I will never do it. It's just, you know, F the cheaters. So I thought it would be a funny idea to, you know, bring some cheaters to the iceberg, let them know that they could be unbanned if they spent 160 euros or something like that. But unfortunately, people were not happy with it, and I had to scrap the idea. Now, I got some pretty funny results. I also got some pretty funny tickets made. Again, I thought it was funny. Other people didn't think it was funny, and I had to scrap the whole idea. But yeah, there was a few cheaters that I'd caught, and pretty much all of them had said that no, they wouldn't. One of them said that they were broke, that they didn't have enough money and they couldn't afford it. And I actually called them broke, and they made a ticket and carried on like absolute donkeys. You know, saying one of your admins called me fucking broke. How was this professional? You know the general shit these guys carry on with. Anyway, I was told not to use it, so unfortunately had to scrap it. Which again, guys, I'm just an admin. Oh, here we go. Look at this. I told you he was cheating. How nice of him to show us. And anyway, so yeah, I have to abide by the rules that are given for me as well. I'm in a very privileged position to be able to record this stuff and show you guys. So I need to make sure that I'm doing the right thing as well. And, you know, like if people ask me to not do it, whether that be Face Punch or the owners of the servers or whatever it might be, you know, I'm always going to be on their side with, you know, what I should and shouldn't do. So yeah, so I ended up scrapping it, but, you know, I wish you guys were able to kind of see some of the stuff, but unfortunately it's gone in the bin, so we'll never see it. But yeah, I just wanted to make people aware as well that, you know, Face Punch finally got onto this, because there were servers that were even paying for an unmute. Now, over here on War Bandits, we don't charge people to unmute you. We make you write lines. We don't force you to pay any money. We try and teach you a lesson by having you write lines of a sentence. I will not be racist on War Bandit servers. I will not, you know, whatever it might be. I will not disrespect staff. I will not, whatever the case may be, we make them write lines. And we get good results from it, to be honest. The people that re-offend don't re-offend because they know that's what's going to happen. So, and there's a lot of the people that, you know, that we catch, and even for Cheater Association, I will stop playing with cheaters on War Bandit servers. You know, things like that. And we make them write that 150 times or 200 times or whatever the case might be. I might even show you some, you know, on the screen now of people that have done it. You know, and that's just how we've done it. We're not the only server that does do it. I'm pretty sure that Ern's done it. Ern's one of the Face Punch staff members. She's done it on her servers on Rusty Moose. We've seen that quite a bit. She's even tweeted out, you know, different things of people, you know, to be unbanned or unmuted or whatever the case may be. But never ever have we sold VIP or none of that. But once this tweet came out, I was sent so much stuff of servers and multiple servers, not just the one servers that you might be thinking of. There was multiple servers that actually either were charging people, cheaters, to unban them or unmute them. So pretty crazy stuff. But you know, again, the joke might have been a little bit too much for people, so I was asked to not you know, do that, which again, like I said, it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna argue or kick or scream or anything of that. You got to remember that this sort of stuff is second to anything else. So But this is why I always tell you, if someone banned this cheater right here in front of me, one of the other admins banned this cheater, I would not be upset. That will always come first. Even though I know the person's a cheater, I've given him the inability to do damage. I know that he can't hurt anybody now that I've caught him, but if another admin banned him, then that's fine. Look at this. And it's good to watch the cheaters. I've already told you guys this stuff before. It's always good to watch people like this that are cheating. If you're in a position and you're using Tommy Guns plugin, or if you have your own plugin where you make them deal no damage, watch the cheater. This is how you're going to learn as an admin to watch when you're looking at stuff. I can already tell you with already looking at him first person here that he will potentially even take no fall damage just because of the movement of his character. It may not be 100%, but I've showed you guys this before as well. We can go in third person and we can see for the kick. They got this little kick thing that they do whenever they jump. And it normally, is a visual thing to see that they're activated in. The cheat's activated and they'll take no fall damage. He may not have it, but just when I was watching him, and it doesn't look like he does because there's no kicking. But when I was watching him initially, it looked like he potentially would have that. Again, this is why there's a third person option, thank God. And we're able to kind of have a look. And they could have patched this after me exposing this. You've got to remember that these cheaters do all sorts of things, even with my videos or with other admins doing stuff or with Face Punch doing stuff. They'll bring out a patch in a day or so and they'll try and fix those sort of little quirks or things. Whether this is fixable or not, I have no idea. But that's what they do. It's always a cat and mouse game. Face Punch will do something to their cheat or to the game that changes stuff and they'll have to fix it within their cheat. The same as, I dare say, and I would, they probably have, because these cheaters watch my shit all the time, they've probably sat there and they've watched all of the stuff that I've been doing, which again, the guys are caught long before this. Regardless on what I show you, or I show you this guy's blatantly ESPing 3 people through walls and stuff, it's immaterial, it doesn't matter. He's caught long before whatever's going on here now. I'm just showing you the aftermath of him getting caught. I could have sat here for the last 2 hours spectating the player. Okay? Am I going to tell you guys that? No. Did I sit here for 2 hours? Fuck no. Did I used to sit here for 2 hours and catch cheaters? Fuck yes. I used to sit here for, I've sat on one person spectating that person for 7 hours to gather information. And not just 7 hours, like multiple hours across multiple days of multiple weeks of multiple months that I used to sit here when cheating wasn't as what it is now. It was more, a lot back then was kind of like with the recoil, because a lot of people were using scripts. So it was just like the auto hotkey or some stuff like that where they would just control their recoil with the guns. So I used to have to sit there for God knows how long to get so much recording and so much stuff to have enough of it. But now the cheating is much more harder in the sense they're hard cheating. Like they're using multiple different things rather than just a script. They're using, ESP, aim assist, no spread, thickness, things like that. They're using all different sorts of cheats within the one cheat. So it's, in my point of view, it's become a lot easier than what it used to be to catch a cheater, because when the recoil was a lot different, it used to be a lot harder to determine whether or not that person visually, I'm saying visually, outside of detecting anything, or if or when I do detect something, if that's the case, maybe it's not the case. Again, I'm never able to tell you guys stuff. So whether I am able to detect something or whether I'm not able to detect it, I'll never say, right? But this guy, as much as nearly all other cheaters that I showcase here, have already been caught, whether it be me spending time here to spectate them or, something else. Okay, I can't say what it might be. So anyway, let's have a look at this cheater. So we've rambled on there for quite a fair bit. Hopefully you guys have stuck around for it and, you just found it interesting. I just, in the last few videos, you guys have enjoyed me kind of rambling on with different sorts of things and having a bit of a chat rather than, just jumping in and banning the cheater. But, I think that, some of you have really good questions too, I've seen in the comments. And you even look at the last cheater where I baited him multiple times and he wasn't game banned when I released a video, but he has actually been game banned after the fact. And this is the case I see with so many. Like if you ever look here, this was the cheater. And you look at all of these, like there's heaps. And these even say, like the 30th of the 6th, I don't know if I reported him them. I can't remember when the date was, but, that's the 2nd of the 7th, which was 4 days ago, apparently. But, you know, look, you've got all of these guys that finally get game banned after I report them, you know, and do whatever I'm going to do. Now, I have not adminned all weekend. I've not been on since Friday when I tried to do that little bit of the recording, and then it's been the weekend, so I haven't been on at all. Not even touched the game. It's now Monday morning here in Australia. I think it's like July, 4th of July celebrations or something in America. So I'm sure everybody in America celebrates it because it's one of your celebrations. But happy 4th of July to everybody. If you're watching the channel, I appreciate yous and support yous and love yous. So happy celebrations. I'm pretty shitty ass at remembering events and birthdays and things like that, so I have no idea what you know, the 4th of July celebrations are for, but whatever you guys are. I know that there's actually, I've been playing a little bit of World of Warcraft SOD. I've been getting back into Season of Discovery, and I've been playing on Wild Growth NA, and there's a lot of, obviously it's an NA server, so there's a lot of Americans that were on there, and they were talking about it yesterday when I was on, and they were like, there's fireworks going off everywhere, and, you know, people screaming and partying and whatever. Jesus, what happened there? And yeah, they were talking about it, so that's the reason that I knew about it, because again, I'm useless. Birthdays, events, remembering to wipe my ass sometimes after doing a poo, like I'm at that age now where I forget things. So now I just want to quickly give some information for some people that might be interested in the Season of Discovery World of Warcraft that I was just talking about. I didn't really touch base too much on it, so I just wanted to give some more information. Now, both of these guilds are the same. One's on Alliance, one's on Horde. The one on Alliance is called MFA, and the one on Horde is called SHIZUG. I'll put the names to these on the screen here at the moment. Now, there's a few people that you might know if you're in the World of Warcraft scene. There's McConnell Rhett, very well-known World of Warcraft player. He plays in both of these guilds, and there's quite a few other people that are not as big that stream, and they stream WoW nearly every day and play in this guild, and I'm also in here playing as well. So if you want a chance to play with me, come on over to Wild Growth NA servers on Season of Discovery, and you can either choose Alliance or Horde, and hit up the chat for an invite to either one of these guilds, and anyone's available, anyone's welcome. If you've already got a character on that server and you want to boost me, I've just made a new character on Horde, and I think I'm like level 17 or something at the moment. So if you want to boost me and you're on Horde, oh, but I love you forever, right? I've already got 2 level 60 Alliance characters, and I'm going through the long drawn out process of leveling a character now on Horde. So if you've got a Horde character and you want to boost the shit out of me, hit me up, right? Join my Discord, send me a DM and say, hey Cam, I'm on Horde, Wild Growth, I can boost you, my boy. All right, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Yeah, whatever the case may be, hope you guys had a good weekend, and hope you had a good, you know, time, and you were responsible and safe. That's the main thing, right? Hopefully this guy goes out and actually does some PvP, because it looks like all he's doing here is, I don't know, all he's doing is just absolutely wasting his time and my time. So now I wouldn't even put it past this guy to return back to the server. Now, has he got, he has a code lock on his door, a key lock on his door, which sucks. So generally with cheaters, if they don't have a key lock on the door and they have a code lock, he might come back and return to the server, because he could then, you know, get back into his base. But if I was to, like, server ban him right now, he would, because I know that this cheater's literally he's got many different accounts, and he keeps coming back nearly every day on another account. So I would say that he'd just come back on another account very quickly. Now, I'm kind of in 2 minds what I should do. Now, he's building and he's kind of wasting his time. He hasn't really PvP'd or showed us that he's going to PvP anybody here. So I'm just kind of thinking, like, what I should do in the sense of, should I ban him and see if he does come back on another account? The only issue, like I said, is that if he does come back, I highly doubt that he will, like, come back here, because he can't get back into his base. Unless, of course, I time it perfectly with when he opens the door. You know what I mean? So if I was to chuck through a ban here, and what should I ban him for? I'll ban him for contact staff. Let's do that. Let's just to mess with him. I don't want to do teaming or none of that. I think if I do contact staff, that might be enough for him to go, oh, what's going on? So I'll wait for him to open that door, and then I'll push the ban through. And again, I mess with these cheaters in all sorts of different things, and the chances of the cheater probably returning is fairly high, but if he does come back or not, I can't force that on him. I can only just set the trap, and hopefully he jumps on another account and comes back to the server. As I said to you, there's many things that I look at, like this. There's a key lock, which means that he's the only person, unless there's somebody else that has a key, and pretty much no one's making keys for their key locks in this game. You really shouldn't be, because then that means that if somebody gets that key, they can open that door. You don't need a key if you're the person that put it in there. So, yeah. Because there's that and not a code lock, he can't just jump on another account, put the code in, and be back in the base. So, you know, they're the things that are negating the fact that I don't think he will come back, but we can test it, and this will be a pretty good test to see if he does, or if not, he might just go to another Warbandit server, and that'd be great too. So again, he's putting key locks on this, so even if I banned him now, it's pointless. He can't get back in here regardless. So I'm just going to ban him based on what I've just said, and let's see the movements of the account and where it goes and what he does. And again, this is what I do generally, is I watch where the account goes, I watch what he does, and then I see if he jumps on another Steam account, if he comes back here, if he goes to a different Warbandit server, whatever the case may be. Now what we'll do is we'll also F7 report, because I haven't done that yet. Hello? Hello? That's not how you spell report, player. That's probably why it's not working. Alright, so let's chuck in multi-hack, which is a generic term I use. Just remember, if you're a player, this information here goes to EAC, Facepunch, and admins. So if you have information, put it in there, please. There is nothing I'm going to write in there that will get this guy game banned quicker or anything, right? For you, being a person and playing the server, anything you write in there gets seen by admins, gets seen by Facepunch and EAC. So if you have information, it's best to put it in there. If you've got a YouTube clip, if you've got any sort of clip, streamable clip, chuck it in there. Chuck the link in there, right? It always helps out. Now, now that we've banned him, I'm just going to see where his movements are and see what he gets up to. All right. Now, as I said to you, the cheater, this is what they do, and this is why I monitor. Now, he's actually gone to a Holo server. He's gone to Holo 10X. Right here. And again, this is just what they do. They'll just go from server to server to server to server to server cheating. He'll get banned on multiple of these servers. Then he'll discard the account, buy another one, and be back in, doing the same thing again. And this is just what they do. It's the same shit every single day. And you could sit this guy here in a toilet chair and have a chat with him, and he'll just swear black and blue, I'm not cheating, don't know what you're talking about, F you. And they say the same thing every single time. You very, very, very rarely ever will get any of them talking anything about it. So we'll go along and we'll quickly just spectate him. And as you can see here, this is him, the same guy. He's on a different server. He's now on Holo servers, which I have admin on, and he's come here to cheat. So, you know, what we'll do is we'll report player again. If I can spell the bloody word properly. I don't know if it's going to let me report. It will. Well, there we go. We're going to report him on 2 servers. Not that it's going to make him get game banned any quicker, but there's your proof there. And he'll just respawn. And what we'll do is we'll bind 7, kill player, and then his Steam ID. That's multi-hack, because that's what I've copied, so that's big from me. I'll just make this Steam ID again. Okay, so we've bound 7 to kill player, and then that's Steam ID. So whenever I press 7, it will kill him. Alright? Now let's watch him on this server. I can't make it so he can't deal any damage here on Holo servers. Now that's because this server doesn't have Tommy Gun's plugin, where, you know, I can make it so people can't deal damage, or he has damage redirected back to him. None of those sort of things, because he's not using Tommy Gun's plugin. Why? I have no idea. Different servers have different plugins and different decisions on what they want to do. But this is probably also why you don't see me record many things on Holo servers, is because I can't control the cheater. And a lot of my stuff is telling you guys that they're a cheater, then being able to control them in the sense of they're straight to a gun, see? They're controlling the cheater and then putting him down into a toilet or whatever it might be, and then talking to him or watching them and those sort of things. So let's see what he gets up to. I've got a command there, like I said, where, you know, if he tries to get into a PvP fight, he's going to struggle. because I'm going to press 7, and that will, kill him straight away. So whenever he tries to, aim into somebody or kill a player, he does have 0 bullets in that weapon, by the way. So I'm not too worried about that. He did have a double barrel shotgun that he had there. I don't know what he's done with it. Put it in his backpack rather than on his hotbar. But yeah, we'll see what he gets up to. If I press F3, yeah, there we go. We can see his double barrel. We we should be able to kind of see what he gets up to and his movements and those sort of things. And in the meantime, he might get game banned. Who knows? We have F7 reported him. So EAC work in mysterious and wondrous ways. They could game ban somebody within 30 seconds. They could take... Hang on, I should have bricked then. I thought he was going to shoot. They can game ban somebody within 30 seconds. They can game ban somebody in 2 weeks. It's different. And if you watched my last video where, I baited the cheater multiple times and showed that he was a cheater, that took, a couple of days for that person to be game banned. So, that's just the way they work. They don't ban necessarily on detection. They ban in waves and they ban sporadically. So that's just how they do it. And yeah. Now, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's just standing there in the middle of nowhere. This guy could be debugging. This guy could be doing many different things. I'm not a fly on the wall, so I have no idea. But he's standing out in the middle of nowhere, and there's a person running past him. Perfect, he's died to him. He must have been...
really, bro? Really, dude? Come on, man.
If he picks him up, I'm going to set him. Yeah. I don't know whether he shot him or what, but I pressed 7 anyway just to kill the player because I wanted him to think that, he died off. So... And now he's just going to sit in the death screen. So this is big. Love that. We love that. I forgot the person's name that was shooting at him too. That guy was running around naked with a gun as well. It looks like this is a 10x from memory. No, 5x. So this guy looted a Tommy from a crate. So I assume that that's how modded this server is that they have weapons that spawn in crates and things like that, just along the road. So, this is kind of the servers where cheaters love to go because they can just run straight to, a box in a, in a road and have a gun come straight out of it. They like modded servers because you can spawn, they can give themselves a kit bow and they have a bow straight away. So you're always going to attract cheaters. And again, they play vanilla too, don't get me wrong. Cheaters enjoy jumping on vanilla and trying to blend in and trying to get away with it. And even when I used to work at Rustopia catching cheaters, I caught many cheaters all the time that would jump on there and try to blend in and try to hide and, still cheat in the game. But there's no hiding it. There's more cheaters that tend to go to bloody modded servers because of the accessibility to be able to grab a weapon straight away. So he's respawned here, back on the beach. Yeah, they'll always go to a modded server because they can do /kit. They can give themselves a bow, or they'll find weapons along the road if it's a modded server, heavily modded server like this one. So this, like I said, this one's a 5x. Looks like you can spawn your own minicopter. You do /my-mini with unlimited fuel. So different servers have different perks like that stuff. So it's supposed to be 5x, no BPs, but it says here 10x gathering. So I'm not too sure what the go is here. There's a bit of how you going there. So like you can teleport, you can, all share, you can do all those sorts of things. These are the different things that different modded servers kind of give you. So yeah. Just took a sneaky little screenshot of something. Ooh, we'll never know what it was. Oh, what's he going to do here? Oh, straight to a gun. Look at that. You see, guys? Dirty little and this guy will go to the next server and he will cheat on that server and do the same thing again. This is just what they're like, hey? How many Tommies does he want? He's just Tommy Central. No bullets. Tommies for days. Now, for people that are kind of wondering, you know, different things about, you know, what they can see is, you see how we kind of have radar on the screen here where we can see people over there on the right. Now, this is a little bit of a different radar to what War Bandits have. But over there on the right-hand side, you can see the players' names. You can see, you know, all sorts of stuff if they're in a team. This guy would have, like, boxes around this. So he would know where all those sorts of loot boxes are without even having to know where they are in the monument. He would just have some sort of thing on his cheat where he would see the box and there would be like a mark around it. So we are limited to seeing this guy and where he is in the game. So whatever he can visually see with radar and that, we go off him. So I'm basically his entity. So you can see where the players are here. So it tells me that all these four in a team, that's what the T is next to their name, the colored T, they're all the same color. They are, oh, this guy's gone away again. So we've lost them. I don't know where he's gone. Oh, okay, he's left the server or been game banned or rage quit or something. He's game banned. Okay, well, he's just gotten game banned. So there you go. All right, now, the moment of truth. Now, I said to you guys that this guy will come back. He'll grab another account and he'll probably just return, things like that. Now the time is to tell whether or not he will come back. Now, it is only 8:11 a.m. here in Australia on a Monday morning. So I have all day to let you know if he comes back or not. So, if he does come back, there's more to this video. If he doesn't come back, then the video is going to end, isn't it? So make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. But without even knowing the future, I can tell you that this guy's going to come back. He's already been on multiple accounts today that haven't been game banned, but he's been on multiple accounts and he's just jumped off them. I don't know why, but he's just left them and then jumped on this one. So I reckon there's a 99% chance he'll come back, right? Maybe I could be just talking nonsense and he doesn't. I don't know this. I don't know the future. And I'll stop rambling on because he might come back. And you guys have got to sit here and listen to this shit. So, all right. Now, of course, the guy came back. Now, well, you haven't even moved off here and he's already come back. Not only that has he come back, but he's gone onto one of the other accounts. Now, that was me just taking a screenshot of it, so I'm going to show you on the screen here. He's gone to one of the other accounts that he was on earlier today, and it's been game banned as well. So whenever he's been game banned here, obviously it's triggered something, and the other accounts that he was also on by the looks of today have been game banned as well. So this will be another thing for us. Is he going to go and buy another account straight off a website right now, and is he going to be back in half an hour or 5 minutes or an hour or 2 hours? Let's see. Time will tell.